Hi everybody, it's me Jack, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be running the Payday 2 Loot Spree Challenge, which is my own custom challenge. It's been a long time in the works and a lot of behind the scenes work has gone into it, so I'm excited to finally be able to run it and show you guys what it's all about. So first things first, you might be asking, what is the Loot Spree Challenge? It's kinda like Payday 2's base Crime Spree mode, where the name draws inspiration from, but unlike in Crime Spree, where the objective is to complete missions as fast as possible, in Loot Spree, it's all about securing all of that loot. I'll give a brief overview of the challenge here, and then we'll jump right in on our first heist. Okay, so this is our base screen. There's quite a few different sections here, but I'll split them up real quick and go through them quite quickly, okay? So the rules, pretty self-explanatory. Feel free to give it a pause here if you'd like to read. The one on the right, I'll just explain quickly. So we can run stealth-only heists, and we get a penalty every time we fail them, up to the third penalty where it will end the run. And also heists without bags, as it says in the center there, such as Hoxton Breakout, Undercover, Greenbridge, heists like that, are worth 6 extra score just because they have no bags, so to give an incentive to run those heists too. Okay, onto the unlock section, and as you can see here, it's split up into two halves, things that we get every 100 score and things we get every 50. So in every 100 score, it goes down. So we start off with unlocking equipment at 100, and then we choose our own guns at 200, etc, etc. Crew loadout is being able to give our AI their crew boosts and skills. And then obviously a choice of perk deck, and then a second loadout, which we can then put into two different builds. So we can have like a stealth loadout and a loud loadout. For every 50 loot spree score we get, we gain 10 skill points that we can spend on any tree, so we can put into any points we would like. And also, for every 50 crime spree score, not loot spree score, for every 50 crime spree score, our difficulty will be increased by 1 up to death sentence. Not to death sentence, 1 down though. And we start at very hard, as opposed to crime spree's base overkill difficulty. We also have bailouts. These are fairly self-explanatory, and we just get to use these to sort of help course correct and make the challenge a little more bearable at times. And then finally the score. How do we get score? So for every crime spree score we'll earn 2 loot spree score. We'll also earn 1 score for every 250,000 in bag loot that we secure. Now, this is influenced by the difficulty, so obviously starting off with very hard, bags are actually worth a lot less, so we want to try and secure as many as we can. First of all, before we jump into it real quick, I have made a custom mod for this. As you can see, I made my own custom mod. It's a little bit scuffy, so I hope you'll excuse that. But we'll jump into a crime spree, hopefully get some good first heists. And it's not great. It's not great. But as you can see, as a result of the mod that I've made, we no longer have forced modifiers because the difficulty goes up every 50. Now, I wasn't quite able to get that in the mod because, you know, time was crunching. But yeah, so there's no forced modifiers to increase the health and difficulty like there is in the base crime spree. And also I got rid of one modifier that adds heavies. Or it replaces FBI with Gensec, I think, which is like the Mayhem units. So I took that out because it wasn't worth when we'll end up facing them once we get to the Mayhem difficulty anyway. So what do we want to pick first? Now, just to give you a reminder, I don't start off with any good guns. I start with Crew Chief, I have no skill points, we have no crew management, they've all got AMCARs. We are allowed to bring our own grenades. I bring flashbangs, flashbangs are very useful. Along with a CTV, because we need that extra armor. And also electric brass knuckles, but honestly the melee weapon really doesn't matter, I don't think. So I think we'll probably be starting off here with probably Transport Harbor. We do get a good bit of loot out of it, but no, we can't do Transport Harbor. That's going to be way too long waiting for drills out in the open. I don't think that's the play. I think we have to go for Bomb Dockyard. I really do. I think the play here is Bomb Dockyard. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Now, I think I'm gonna use one of my first gauge boosts here, I think, because this heist, especially as one of the first heists we get, is tricky. It's definitely tricky. So I think we're going with the boat escape. I don't think we're gonna need to zipline across the docks. I think not having to find the manifest will be quite ideal because we'll know what to drill into on the boat. So we'll get the manifest. So we want, I personally think the most useful has gotta be self-healer. Extra health when killing an enemy once every 5 seconds, I think is just invaluably useful. So we'll be picking that up. Our Gauge's Blessings are down to 2. Okay, perfect. Alright, well let's get started and hope for the best. So we're in heavy armor. We can try and stealth as far as we can, but we're not gonna make it far. We have no way of killing guards. Right, I mean, we can try and stealth it for as long as we can. Because the longer we can stealth it, you know, the more beneficial. So we'll see if we can get some stealthing done. We'll keep checking the terminals. Ah, got it. Bingo. If we are gonna try and, like, pseudo-stealth this, it might be worth seeing if we can take the cameras out. Extra hostages is always nice, too. See what we can do. Oh.
Down on the ground.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, there we go. Stealth was never really an option anyway, was it? Let's be honest here. Okay, fuck plan A. Who needs plan A? Alright, let's get this flare down. It's unfortunately quite far away. It's a big long run. Files on the way. Let's see if we can find the computer. There's already a dozer. Right, okay. We don't want to be here then. I can hear a helicopter, but yeah, that's not ours, unfortunately. Now, if I've done a couple of practice runs of this challenge, and if I've learned anything, green dozers may be the worst enemy in this game. They just may be. They do an insane amount of damage if you let them. They're really not ideal. Snipers are also equally quite bad. I'm not sure if they can get... Okay, they can definitely get in here. Okay, goodbye, Mr. Green Dozer. Let's leave. And that's Mr. Sniper. Thanks, Mr. Sniper. Here comes Big Bile. Thank you, Mr. Bile. Very cool. Just get these planted fast before the snipers end up heading over. I'm so used to running Joker. No Joker. So you might be thinking, hey, why are you playing on... Why are you starting the challenge off on very hard? Very hard's not that hard, right? You'd be right. Sort of. I raise you this. When was the last time you played Payday 2 with no skills, with an AM car, and with no perk deck? No stoic, no hacker, none of that. Try running it. See what you think. Now, I'm not, you know, an expert, you know. I'm not a Chad gamer. So I'm sure some of you will be able to run this, and, you know, you'll run AM car, you'll run no skills, you'll run no crew chief. And you'll be like, hey, this challenge is easy. This guy's just stupid. You're not entirely wrong. I am way too used to relying on stoic. Way too used. I'm not used to relying on armor at all. It's been a long time since I've played a deck that has armor. This is kind of good for me. It helps me get off my crutch until I get enough score to unlock stoic. And then I'm going straight back. Until that point, it's sort of, it's nice to go back to the basics. That's sort of why I wanted to do this challenge. Remind myself of what it's like when you start playing Payday, and it's, you know, we've all been there, right? And I'm sure for most of us, starting off was not easy. I remember thinking normal was challenging. Way back in the day when I was first starting out. You know, before you have any perk decks, before you have any skills, when you're still not an infamy yet. You know, we've all been there. 100% the right call bringing that gear Jesset, because we would just be beyond in trouble without a health regen. I think that is definitely one of the biggest things about going back to using, like, no skills and crew chief. Having to actually manage health as a resource. And then not having first aid kits as well. It's, it really puts the pressure on. This is the OG Payday experience, you know, this is the old school Payday experience that I remember. Just health being a constant worry as it slowly drains, and every heist felt like a war of attrition, because it was a non-renewable resource. So my current line of thinking is it will probably be about 2 heists per video for this challenge. Because I'm intending on doing, you know, provided we actually live for a while, we'll get quite a few episodes out of this challenge. Okay, just see all them sniper red lines, looking in like it's some kind of like disco raven here. This will probably be the only heist in this episode, just because we did all of the intro and stuff. So I'm wondering, is it worth trying to move over now, or do we wait for the assault wave to end before we head over? I would like to just try and get over there now, so we might try it. It's going to be a little riskier, and obviously we do run the risk of snipers and all that. But if we can head up near where the Moretta comes in, should be a relatively safe, defensible location. It seems like there's not actually that many guys along the way, because I think they were swarming the house. So I think moving here might have actually been the right call. There we go. Nice. Ship is here. That is way too many big red wiggly lines. Alright, now this is why we bought the manifest. Because now we know exactly which ships to drill into. Oh, there's a sniper. Oh, wait. And that's why I hate the Amok. Right. Let's drill into the containers that we want to drill into. Oh my goodness, you almost just got your head caved in by a bullet. My civilian friend. We're in. Perfect. Alright. And luckily, we bought the boat escape. Alright. I think we might just be loading this bomb and getting the hell out of Dodge. Oh god. No, it's the industrial complex. I got punched. Bomb part delivered. 650 grand is not bad. It's not bad. That's 2 score each. So we're getting like 8 score for delivering all of these bags. Maybe even 9. We might get an extra because of the rounding. Alright. Bag secure. Nice. Bomb dockyard complete. That wasn't too bad. Perfect. Alright. So now this is where my mod comes into play. So I added my own screen here. So as you can see, we got 8 crime spree score because this mission gives 8. We secured 4 extra bags. Bonus bags is kind of like it shouldn't really be called bonus bags because it's just kind of like bags that aren't mandatory. Old score I should have got rid of, so ignore that, pretend that's not there. Cover that up. Total money secured. So we secured 2.6 million worth of loot, and we got 26 score for running that. So the reason that old score is 20 is because when I was first running this challenge, I had it based on bonus bags, but honestly, basing it on bag secured didn't feel as fun as basing it purely on money earned. Because when you like start securing those like artifacts on Shadow Raid and they're worth an arm and a leg, it feels really good. And so as you can see, we got quite a bit of score. We got 26 score, so we can punch that in on the old board real quick. And there we go. Bang. We're already up to 26. We're halfway to being able to get our first 10 skill points, which is really where the challenge like then starts to come back down, because having your first couple of skill points makes it immensely easier. It's really nice. Okay, we've got some pretty difficult heists coming up next. We might actually use our first reroll as well. Okay, so reroll, and what do we got? Car shop, lab rats, and engine problem. We've just gone from bad to worse. So that's our first reroll used up. So we're down to 2 out of 3 rerolls. We got 2 left. We're gonna have to figure out which heist to play, but I think I'll leave that mystery up to you. So stay tuned for episode 2, where I will pick a heist and maybe fail catastrophically. Maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, remember to subscribe and leave a thumbs up and stuff. And if you didn't, then feel free to leave a comment on what you didn't enjoy about it. Yeah, that's it for episode 1. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for episode 2. Yeah, thanks. See ya. Bye. Bye.